Hello and welcome everyone. I'll help you set up Raylib on your PC. So just raylib.com, go down on the page a little bit, click this download now button, and you can donate if you'd like. I'll hit no thanks right now. And then just click this button and download it and go ahead and install it. And I just left mine in the C drive. Okay, so that's Raylib. Now you have everything that you need for that. Next, go to cmake.org and go to download and just download it for your operating system. For example, if you're on Windows, just get this MSI for Microsoft Installer and just download it and install it. Next, we'll need Visual Studio Code, so code.visualstudio.com. Just click on this button here and download and install that as well. So that's pretty much it for that right now, and I'll just minimize that. Let me just show you what we got going on here. So when we downloaded Raylib and it went to the C drive, so here's Raylib, there's this W64 dev kit, and in here is the build tools for C, C++, and that's what is right here. So there's also a bunch of other stuff, but this is all we need when we downloaded Raylib, because we're going to actually pull down the project from GitHub using CMake. So this is the build tools from Raylib, okay? So this is the build tools. CMake is a way to write configuration files to set up how our project will build. See the little build folder in our project? So the configuration files will set this up, and while the compiler will compile it and do several other things like debug symbols and all that, this CMake project here, the CMake program will let us write this CMake list.txt file, and it will configure how it should build. And we'll go through that here in a little bit, but I was just letting you know what is going on here. And then in Visual Studio Code, we're going to get the extensions CMake and C++. So to sort of lay out how this goes, you'd write your CMake list.txt file, all right, and then this would basically plug into our CMake extension, and we'll get a graphical representation of everything. All right, let me actually do it like this. It'll plug in here, and then this CMake extension will go and talk to CMake in the background for us, and then CMake will then go and write everything to the C++ compiler and do all the setting all of the tool chains up in here, or build tools. And essentially what all this will do is CMake will then generate this build folder for us. Okay, so this program, or this file right here, is our configuration file, and we'll be able to see it in the CMake extension, Visual Studio Code, and then it will actually pass along all of our settings to the CMake program, and that program will then go to the build tools, and then once all that's done, CMake will then generate this build file right here, or build folder, and everything that we need will be in there. So let's go ahead and set that up. Hopefully that was clear. So I'll open up Visual Studio Code, and I'm just going to make a new folder in the downloads. So I'll just go to download and then just create a new folder. I'll call it demo, and that looks good. So I'll go file, open folder, and I'll go to the downloads and just make sure you have it selected right here and hit select folder. And that's our project. So as far as we were concerned here, project, that is a folder, and that's what we just opened, was this demo folder. So treat the folder that you have open in Visual Studio Code as your root project folder. Okay, we need to click this button right here, extensions, and get a couple of those extensions. So C++, so C, C++. Here's the identifier MSV or ms-vscode.cpp tools. And you can just search right here, so C++. And just make sure you get the C++ one from Microsoft. Okay, so just this identifier is unique per extension. So as long as it has this as the identifier, that's the one. And then next, go ahead and get the CMake extension and just type CMake up here, but I already have it installed. So it's right here, CMake tools, and it's ms-vscode.cmake-tools. So just make sure you have those two extensions. So this is all the ones that I have installed, but just make sure you have CMake and C++, and you're pretty much good there. Okay, so we don't have any files in our folder. Just click this little button here and go to your Explorer, and let's create a new file. We're going to create that configuration file. So CMake, and you have to capitalize and do everything just like I'm doing, or it won't work. And watch right here, boom, CMake. This little icon just showed up right here. And well, we don't have anything set up, so this is like the configurations. And so we just made a blank configuration file, and you can see it already made a build folder, and there's basically nothing going on. Now, don't change stuff in this build folder manually. Always go through the CMake, and you can even, click buttons right here and clean all projects and clean that build folder up and stuff from here. But we need to set up our project so that all this stuff will fill out properly. Okay, so I'm gonna just basically, let's go get from the the Raylib game demo template. We're gonna go get that and bring it over. And by the way, you can toggle this terminal with this button right here, and it's Control J as well. But I'm gonna close this AI stuff too. Control J. I'm just gonna close that. Let's go get the CMake template. So raylib.com. Scroll down a little bit and try the Raylib game template. And we're going to go in here and get this CMake list.txt file right off the top. So we're at this right here, this URL, and then just right off the top, CMake list.txt. We're going to click this button, copy raw file, and then go back to Visual Studio Code and paste it. Okay, so that basically is going to set up our Raylib package. So this right here, fetch content declared, that's going to go online on GitHub and actually get the Raylib version. And this is just setting a variable called Raylib version, and then they're just assigning 5.5 to it. You could change this 5.5 to whatever version of Raylib you'd like to use, but I think 5.5 is the current version. Anyway, I won't go through everything here, but the project at this top part, you can change this to say, my game. I don't know how, you want to name it, so I'll just say my game like that. It's fine. And I'll hit Control S to save. And with Raylib, or with CMake, it's probably already going to try to start, configuring based off of this, but it will fail though, because we have some stuff in here that we're basically saying is here. So you can see it just failed add subdirectory src. And if I go to the little project, so you can see I had this src folder. We need to add that. So this is our top level CMake list.txt. Your project has to have one at the top level, but we're going to make a subfolder inside of our demo folder here, src. There we go. That stands for source, and it could be anything you want, but I'm just matching this. So add subdirectory. Whenever you use this CMake file here, this is the actual scripting for CMake, okay, the build system, or the scriptable build system. So this add subdirectory, whenever you do that, it requires that this subdirectory folder has another CMake list.txt file in there to tell CMake how this folder should be handled. So what we're going to do is click this button here, new file, and do CMake list.txt. And in this folder here, or in this file, we're going to actually copy another one from this Raylib game template here. So I'll just go back to the front. Here we go. src. And there's this CMake list.txt file in here. And I'm just going to copy this and go back to Visual Studio Code and paste it in there. And all this is going to do right here is going to say file, global resource, source files, configure depends, and then it's just going to look for all the .c files. This one's going to look for all the .h files for headers, and then say target source is project name, which that project name is what we change it to right here, my game. It's going to basically, that is the variable that this sets when you say project and then put that in there. So that's going to be your project name right here. That, what do we call it? My game. That will say my game. And it's just basically going to put all the source and header files in there into that project. So that way when this section right here comes down and it creates that executable and all this stuff goes in here, it will actually put the source files and the header files with our executable. When it builds it, it'll just basically see everything that we need. I won't go into all the little intricacies, but we need to do one other thing as well, and that is this src resources, because this is going to copy this resources folder, okay, to put it right next to our executable file. That way, like if you have textures, models, shaders, or anything like that, and you put it in the resources folder, it will be relative imports to the executable. So it'll copy everything that's in that folder, okay, and then put it right next to the executable in the build folder. So you can have a nice copied over folder with all your models and textures and stuff, and you'll just be able to use relative imports in your code. So we'll just copy the name resources here, or if you can spell good, you don't have to. But I'm going to click on SRC and create a new folder here and paste this in resources. There you go. And you just use this when you need it. Okay. You don't need anything in there necessarily, but just to make this not have any errors, that's what we need to do. Okay. So let's go ahead and add in our main file here. So I'll just select this SRC folder and select new file and do main.c. And I'm going to open up Raylib and just go to the main Raylib website. And I can just back up. Here we go. And I'm going to go to examples and then scroll down to, I think I want to use like a 3D one. Okay, there's a lot of examples. I'll just use this one, 3D camera, first person. And I'll just copy this. Just make sure you get everything, Control C, and go back to Visual Studio Code. And I'm going to paste this in. And I'll save that. And let's make sure that everything looks good. So this project name, this is still squiggly. So let's hit Control S now. It should reconfigure everything. There we go. Whenever you save inside of a main or a CMake.list file, it will reconfigure the project. So if we go over to CMake now, we'll see that our project is in here. So I'll just collapse this project outline for a second. So here's the folder. It's called demo. That's the folder name that we made. There's this configure. You can actually click this right here, select a kit. And if you don't have yours, what you can do is click this scan recursively for kits. So just like that. And then go to wherever you installed Raylib at. So Raylib. And just have this folder selected and say select folder. And that will scan for kits. You can see down here on the bottom right, it's scanning for those kits. And then once you have the kit, you can select change kit and just select the kit that you want. And the one for Windows with Raylib is this GCC one right here. So you can see it's right here, C Raylib W64 dev kit. So I'll just click on that. And now it will use that C++ toolchain that came with Raylib. And everything should pretty much be good. So we'll look at this. So there it is, my game right there. And we can just click this button to build all projects. And you can go in here and just build individual projects. But also down here on the bottom right, or bottom left, I mean, let me get this out of the way. And let me get this just so you can see. See this little button right here? This is CMake. So what we're going to do is click that button. And it will build everything and run the project when it's done. So just give it a second. It's actually building Raylib. And there we go. I'll just bring it over to this window and went ahead and launched it. And that's pretty much how to get everything set up and running on Windows with Raylib, CMake, and Visual Studio Code. And other operating systems would pretty much work the same way as well. But I'll just close this. And if you go over to the Explorer and look at this build folder, you can see that it adds in all this stuff right here. Like here's the Raylib source that it just built and Raylib build. So it brought down, because of this right here, fetch content, and it went on GitHub and got that. It brought over the Raylib source, and then it would build the Raylib source, and then it linked it to our project. Well, it made it available afterwards, and then it links it right here, target link libraries, our project, and it links Raylib to it. So that's what's in here. And then this is our actual folder where our project is. So my game, there's the exe right there. Okay, that's the executable. And there's that resources folder that was copied. So if you had put anything in this resources folder, like a picture, it would end up being over here too, in the resource folder. Okay, so I'll just close this. And well, I'll show you one other thing real quick, just to show you that you have this. If you go to where you installed Raylib, and for example, I'll go in here to Raylib, there's examples, And if you go down and do examples like maybe shaders, well, we can actually use some of this stuff. So let's look at mesh instancing.c. I'll just double click on that, say open with VS Code, and I'll just hit Control A to copy, Control C, or Control A to select all, Control C to copy everything. I'll go to our main.c, Control A, Control V, just paste it over it. And there we go. Now it's going to be pulling in stuff from resources, shader, so it's going to use that resource folder. So we can go back in here, and then here's the resource folder, and I'll just copy all this right here and just paste it into this folder. Say paste. There we go. Everything should be good. And let's make sure rlights.h, include rlights.h. We might actually have to find that. Oh, there it is, rlights.h. And that's just, you can see right here, example shader. So we actually need one more file. So I'll just I'll just paste that actually. Paste, there we go. And we'll double check everything works, looks good. And now we can actually click the little build and run button down here. And it's building it. And there you go. That's another example, just showing you that you have the ability to, use the resource folder and build your project. And then there's a bunch of examples that even come with Raylib when you install it. And just showing you how to copy over this resource stuff so you can actually run these examples, because, it might not work if you don't, well, it definitely wouldn't work if you didn't bring over those resources. But, yep, that's pretty much it. Should be good to go from there. I'll see you around.